Hello, my name is Chen. I'm going to show you how to do hand exercise for the mindful stretching, therapeutic mindful stretching. As I mentioned earlier in the introduction, we're going to stretch beyond the stretch reflex. Now first, bring your hands up parallel to the floor and bend your finger joints, and the top of the hands is flat, and bring your thumbs up to parallel to the palm. Now be mindful of your fingers, the finger joints. Now we are going to stretch further from this point. Now the fingers are bent at a comfortable stop. Now breathe in and breathe out. Bend further and use less than 70% of your strength. One more time. Breathe in and all the way out. This is very good exercise for your finger joints. Some people may have arthritis or some pain in the finger joints, and this can squeeze out some, you can say that some illness or disease out of the finger joints. When I started doing this, I had some abnormal growth coming out of finger joints. That's because there are some of those illness or some bad factors in the finger joint can get squeezed out because we squeeze over the stretch reflex. Okay, that's for this exercise. Now we are going to bend our palms, our hands downward. Now be mindful of the top of your wrist. Now it's a comfortable stop. You're stretching the wrist at comfortable stop. Now we're going to stretch further. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and all the way out. Be mindful of your wrist. And if you have problem with your wrist, you should feel some sensation in your wrist, the top of your wrist now. And you can do more of this stretch by moving your hands to the left or to the right. For example, if you have problem with the left side, on the inner side of the wrist, you can move outward to stretch the inside of the wrist more. And at this point, you can do breathe in again and further stretch the wrist. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and all the way out. And we can do for the outside of the wrist also. If you have more problem in the area, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and all the way out. Now turn your hands upward. Be mindful of the lower part of your wrist. That is where people may have carpal tunnel. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and all the way out. You can also do exercise as like before. You can bend inward or outward, do the same thing. Now stretch your hands and all the way, and be mindful of the palm where it's close to the fingers. That's where people may have trigger fingers. Now be mindful of this area. Now you stretch at a comfortable stop. Now you're going to stretch further. Breathe in and breathe out. Use no more than 70% of your strength. Breathe in and all the way out. Relax. Now make a circle in front of you and make it parallel to the floor, and bend your wrist inward to a comfortable stop. That is your stretch reflex. You can try to bend it further, it's not going to bend because that's your stretch reflex. Now we're going to stretch further by using our mind to relax the muscle. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. At this point you cannot stretch further either because that's your like second or third stretch reflex. You can try to use all your strength. You're not going to move it further. But we can use our mind, use mindful stretching to stretch it. Breathe in and all the way out. Now turn your hands outward. We're going to stretch the inside of the wrist. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and all the way out. Now turn your hands inward and upward, and your finger point upward and your thumb downward, and be mindful of the back of your palm. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and all the way out. Now we're going to stretch in the reverse direction. Be mindful of the back of your palm again. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and all the way out. Now spread your fingers and be mindful of your thumb because thumb is a very delicate finger, and it can easily get damaged. We're going to stretch outward your thumb. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and all the way out. Hold at least 6 seconds. Now point your thumb downward. Be mindful of the stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. And stretch further. Breathe in and all the way out. Now move your thumbs upward to a comfortable stop. And now we're going to stretch further. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and all the way out. Now make a few circles and reverse the direction and relax.